Hello and welcome. It's officially season 3 of the PhazeCast, technically, officially. I'm
Welcome
Eric, that's Joe.
to season 3. Put the
And
graphic
did
up.
you see Godzilla -1? Is that the movie that you saw? Joe
Put the
saw a
graphic
movie.
up. Did you put the season 3 graphic up?
No, there's no season 3 graphic. It's not in the budget.
This is why no one... Listen, we made promises, Eric.
What were
We
the
made
promises?
promises to the people.
Name several.
We do better things. We did better things. We would have a more structured segment. You know,
Yeah,
I promised that we would be more entertaining.
Smash or Pass Muppets?
No, we didn't promise that. The Muppets are dead.
The Muppets are
We're
not
done.
dead. They just did Dr. Teeth this year. They canceled
I
it.
refuse to do any more Muppets until you acknowledge that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Yoda, and the Five Nights at Freddy's crew are all Muppets.
We can talk about the... You saw, obviously, Mutant Mayhem.
Don't fucking ignore my goddamn question, you piece of shit.
Oh, I didn't listen to that part. I heard Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and forgot that we never got to talk about that movie. It was so good. It was so good.
Well, that's not the movie I want to talk about, because that's not the recent movie I saw. Clearly, I've seen a movie because I have popcorn.
Can I have some? Thanks.
Open your mouth. Yeah.
You know, I knew you had popcorn. I should have grabbed popcorn from my cabinet and been like, oh, thanks. But it's too late. It's too fucking
It's too late.
man.
I don't know where that other piece of popcorn... Oh, there it is. Good.
What did you see?
I saw Godzilla -1.
Hell
first.
yeah,
Fucking
dude,
A.
I hear it's amazing.
It's really good.
I hear it's
Well-
like one of the better Godzilla movies.
Well, yeah, it is. It's one of the better Godzilla movies. It brings it back to the Godzilla is a monster,
Yeah.
and this is a horror thing.
Mhm.
We follow this human character who was a kamikaze pilot, right? And he was too scared to go do it. So he was like, "Oh no, my plane's fucking broken. I need to take it to the island to repair it first." So he lands there, and that's when he first meets Godzilla, and Godzilla kills everybody there except for him.
Wow.
Because things happen. And then his whole journey through the movie is that like he should be dead.
Yeah, I hear it's
But he's
sort
not.
of like survivor's guilt, post-war trauma
It is
through
it is.
the lens of Godzilla. Sounds amazing.
Mhm.
And probably pretty refreshing after Godzilla King of the Monsters, the American movie.
That's not. I don't know about refreshing because King of the Monsters, first off, was an amazing movie, and that wasn't the last Godzilla
I like
movie.
that. I like that just fine.
The last Godzilla movie was Kong versus Godzilla.
Did that come out after that?
Yeah, 100% did.
Oh,
Listen,
it was
if you
okay,
don't know
too.
the Monster Universe timeline, why am I even talking Godzilla with you? You fucking loser.
I just watch them as I seize them.
Anyway, it is a weird juxtaposition. It's very contradicting to see the two different versions of Godzilla running around at nearly the same time.
Yeah, because
this
is an angry Godzilla, right? And Godzilla -1.
He's angry, but he's also like, it's just like he's doing things. He doesn't like, because Godzilla isn't malicious. He's a force, right? He just is a thing that happens. He's a representation of all the nuclear weapons testing, and literally he is a representation of the bombs, and how horrifying that was. To the point that in this movie, Eric, Godzilla's beam in this fucking movie is so good. It's so fucking cool. He's charging up his beam like normal, except it starts at the base of his tail, and the spikes jut out one by one as blue energy. And they follow that up, and then he blasts. He does the blast, right? He just shoots it pretty far off screen, and the next thing you know, it's a mushroom cloud far off screen, and then it fucking it's a mushroom cloud. The force of it is what kills pretty much everybody else near him.
Dude, listen. So I'm a fan of Godzilla. And when I saw that this movie was coming out, I was like, well, obviously I'm going to go see that. But then I started seeing, people talking about this movie in this way that people don't usually talk about Godzilla movies. And I was like, oh, shit. I have to see this fucking movie.
It got an extended release in America.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be out of theaters by now, but then now they're staying it until like the 12th.
It's the highest grossing Japanese language live action movie in America now.
That's a weird... It grossed better than Oppenheimer.
What? No, it didn't. Oppenheimer made like
I think
well,
not
maybe.
gross, not gross.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I think it's
but
getting
so,
better reviews than
well,
Oppenheimer.
I'm sure that I will like it more than I liked Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I'm just saying they were both about nuclear weapons.
Well,
the cooler one.
Oppenheimer really was a movie about Oppenheimer.
Lame.
You know, obviously the nuclear weapons are a big part of that, but they stayed very true to it being a biopic, which was an interesting move, and something that we haven't had before, which was kind of neat.
That sounded boring.
Did you see it? You didn't see it.
No, I literally told. We've had this discussion.
That's right. You only saw the Barb part of the Heimer.
I only saw the Barb, right, and I didn't regret. Barb is
really the
Barb
right
was great.
Yeah, Oppenheimer was not my thing. I get what people are saying about it, I suppose, but you know what was the most interesting thing about Oppenheimer, Joe? I'm a little bit of a film enthusiast, not just like movies, but like the film that they go on.
You know they have a word for that.
What?
Pretentious, but go on.
I think it's neat. So they were releasing it in 70mm in IMAX, and 70mm is like a really large format film. And I was super psyched to see it in IMAX. I bought tickets way ahead of time and then went with friends to see both Barbie and Oppenheimer beforehand. And I canceled my tickets to see it in IMAX. Not just because I didn't want to sit through it again, but because I feel like the cinematography was not exceptional in a way that would have been interesting in that format anyway. It was sort of a strange movie to pick to, like, because you and I saw Interstellar in IMAX. That was incredible.
Oh,
and some of that,
very incredible.
Some of that was like, I think it was at least some of it was on 70mm, and that was amazing. But this was like the whole thing was on 70mm. You get very few opportunities to see that. I didn't take it because I was like, what I would have liked to do was like, and it sucked because it was like, yeah, what I would have liked to do at least is like just go up and see the reel, because the reel was massive. Like they had to roll it in because it was so massive.
But why? Like I don't, because like I think that's your point, and I'm trying to get to your point, is that like the reason why you want to see something like Interstellar, or I think Avatar was also released like that, right?
Avatar I think was all digital, but
fair.
But there are, I think
if you wanted to see something like that, like with big establishing shots and like very good, like the scene is part of the story, as in like the scene feels like its own actor and own presence. Absolutely. I don't know if you would do that in a biopic about Oppenheimer. It doesn't sound like they did that anyway, so.
Listen, Oppenheimer was framed as well as it could be, but it was literally just white dudes in rooms talking to each other the entire fucking time. So, you know, they did a good job with that, and there were a few interesting things that they did, but I was not interested in seeing. Basically, it's this. Basically, it was this. You see where I'm at here? Every shot in Oppenheimer was a square shot of a white man talking, and I just didn't have any interest in seeing that.
You paid like $20 for that?
Yeah, right. That's what I mean. The tickets for IMAX are expensive. So, but you know what I am seeing in IMAX tonight?
Tonight? What are you seeing tonight?
Boy and the Heron.
Ooh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. That'll be dope as all fuck. That'll be dope as all shit.
I had to prioritize that over Godzilla. Because Godzilla -1 was in IMAX until Boy and the Heron started, so it was like, okay, well, I guess I'll see that.
Heard nothing but good stuff about Mr. Pattinson in that movie.
Me too. I just was reading that he brought memos to the voice sessions and finished them in 2 days.
It's like voice acting is actually a real form of fucking acting. Jesus fucking Christ.
Who saw that coming, that Robert Pattinson was going to be like one of the most enthusiastic, interesting actors of our generation?
I mean, between Batman and this, him just completely... It's like he's going through the Britney thing where he's like, I'm going to do this thing that's going to get people weirdly attracted to me. Hello, Twilight fans. And then I'm going to do my own weird thing that's going to be successful because it showcases how popular I am. And it was fucking, look at this shit. It's great.
Smart career move, honestly, because now he has the money to do what he wants.
Or he is actually just that weird, and he's like, nah, I want to be in a Miyazaki film. I'll be a fucking heron. I'll be a bird.
Have
I'll
you
sound
seen
like this.
Have you seen all the interviews with, like, there was like a montage of headlines about Robert Pattinson where he was like, Robert Pattinson says that he'll do OnlyFans if Batman bombs, and they were like all these weird things. He just says whatever he fucking feels like.
He's a little off the cuff, that's for sure. But that's
it's not just
good.
Batman. He was in Good Time. He was in High Life. He was in The Lighthouse. And he was excellent in The Lighthouse, dude.
I forgot about The Lighthouse.
The Lighthouse was a real turning point, and so was Good Time, honestly.
I don't know what Good Time is.
Good Time is a movie. Good Time is a movie where it's a stressful, depressing movie. I think it was the Safdie brothers, the same guys who did Uncut Gems, which is also a stressful.
Uncut Gems,
dude. Because I was kind of Jeff Sessions when I did Uncut Gems. Man, what an iconic moment.
Fucking weird.
From what's her face. But no, Robert Pattinson plays like a guy who has like a special needs brother that he like forces to do crime. It's insane.
That's sad.
Yeah, it is. The opening scene of that movie, they like try, I forget what they try to steal. I don't even remember, money, clothes, and the ink gets all over them, and they're trying to like scrub it off in it's so stressful. It's a good movie. Robert Pattinson's amazing. Lighthouse is really where I was like, damn, this guy's really trying to do something. Good shit. So I'm seeing Boy and the Heron starring Robert Pattinson. I'm watching it dubbed because Miyazaki.
Because it's Robert Pattinson, yeah.
Miyazaki said, why would you read my movies?
Listen, I get it. You want to jump on the dub versus sub hate. I don't know. You're the only one still talking about it on this channel.
No,
everyone else in comments, I don't give a fuck about them in the first place.
They've moved on. I think that's the way to see it the first time for me. I like watching the movie sub too.
I have not seen a Miyazaki film sub. I'll say that. I've only seen the dubs of them.
I mean, it's an interesting thing, right? Because Miyazaki is pretty widely available in America for Japanese media, but all of it has been localized, which is not usually the case.
I don't like to use the term localized, because localized to me is Brock's Jelly Donuts versus just having an English voice actor say the lines that were there in the beginning.
Dude, Sanji's 4Kids voice. You've
been
told
diving
me about
into it. I told you. I warned you.
But I've been getting clips. Sanji's 4Kids voice.
That's localization.
Hey, it's me, Sanji.
Yeah.
It's fucking bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
That's
it. Yep, that's it.
Please. Who did this? It's like they saw the Yu-Gi-Oh 4Kids dub, and they're like, hey, there's that blonde character. How does he sound? Hey, it's me, Joey Wheeler. How you doing, you?
Yeah,
he's like,
dude.
Let's do that, but lower pitched. And I'm like, fucking.
Dude, I like Joey from Yu-Gi-Oh. That's a good one. That's a good voice. But yeah, I mean, Miyazaki has been around for so long here in America that you have like VHS tapes where they're dubbed. You know, every DVD has been dubbed. Every release has been handled by Pixar. You know, so it's a little different. But I've seen they just added them to HBO Max, the subbed versions. I've seen Howl's Moving Castle. I recently watched Kiki's Delivery Service subbed, which I didn't really care for, honestly. I don't really know what it was about that one, but I think I prefer that one in the dub.
Kiki's Delivery Service is one of my like sleeper ones. It's probably one of my. It's not my favorite Miyazaki, but it's up there, top 3 for sure.
It's so good.
Which is weird because that's definitely I've learned I'm not the target audience for that movie specifically.
I mean, he made it for children, right?
Younger girls.
Yeah, that's a story about I feel like, but that's the thing about Miyazaki, man. That movie was what, like 1996, and that's a story about a really cool girl who like is just doing her own thing.
Yeah,
it's awesome. It's so good. It's so good. I mean, he's known for that, I guess.
That one has actually a localization thing too. I would say that one does have a localization thing because of how they do the cat near the end of the movie.
Yeah, because they used to air that on Disney Channel.
Well, yeah, it's not that, but they made like a different choice in the States, I think, if I'm correct. I might be wrong. But like Kiki stops hearing her cat talk because she grows up.
Yeah.
And that's why it's an emotional thing and she's sad about it. In America, she stops doing it because I think something about her magic and whatever.
Yeah,
and
I think you're right.
Yeah. Near the end, the cat talks to her again.
Yeah.
But they don't do that in the Japan one. The cat never talks to her again. It's just, you grew up.
No, I think you're right because I remember as a kid like seeing that on Disney Channel, that not even being a thing in the movie.
Yeah. Japan needs to stop doing weird, crazy stuff with kids' movies. Specifically, I'm talking about. I'm a Digimon fan. I don't know if I've talked about the Digimon movie. I haven't been able to.
The
Digimon,
recent one?
The recent one, yeah. There was a recent Digimon movie called Adventure 02 The Beginning, which is definitely just them saying, hey, we're going to make a bunch more Digimon movies. Guess what? And I'm like, cool, it's going to be about a cast that I love. I haven't seen these guys. I want to see them in new stories. Nope. Here's this new guy who is a boy whose Digimon is an eldritch horror who, after seeing him as a kid get pushed out in the snow because he peed his pants on the couch and his mom was having issues, proceeded to body control and mind control everyone around him so he had a perfect life until he realized it was his Digimon doing it.
It's kind of like that Twilight Zone episode where that kid controls everybody.
Yeah, except he didn't know it. It was his little friend doing it, his little Digimon friend. And when he confronted his Digimon friend about it, because I think it's heavily implied that his parents are actually dead and his Digimon was just moving him around like weird tentacle things.
Ooh.
Yeah. He freaked out, jumped on his Digimon and was choking him. This is like, I think he was 10. And his Digimon is like, it's okay. If you have to do this to feel better, that's fine.
What the fuck is Digimon, man?
Listen, man.
How come Digimon has this thing where they're like, oh, we're going to make like a story that will traumatize everyone. And then also this little rabbit evolves into a sexy lady. Why do they do that?
Because it's a weird take on the stream of human consciousness.
Actually, the rabbit evolves into like a guy wearing pants with a gun.
That's one of the things he can evolve to. I didn't want to say anything, but Eric, it's Digimon. Digimon don't have a set line. They can digivolve into whatever they want to
be. Whatever they want?
Yeah.
You mean that those sexy Digimon are that way because they wanted to be hot?
Yeah, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I do.
I'm just saying. Sometimes the Digimon is forced to digivolve into something that they don't want to, and that's a thing that we've seen before, and it's sad. Every time.
Digivolved against their will?
Yeah,
that sounds like a Pornhub title.
Because what?
Digimon world.
In one, this happens multiple times, but in one of them, the Digimon is getting pushed by their partner to digivolve and to get the fight over with. But the partner is like, it's your partner. You're supposed to care about them, yada, yada. And the good feelings transfer, and that's what makes you stronger. Power of friendship. But if you're angry and you want to murder somebody and you force your Digimon to digivolve, well, they become an angry monster that they can't control against their will. And in the first season, you get a nuke strapped to your back, and all of your meat and bones, all of your meat and skin is gone, and you're nothing but a skeleton monster with a giant nuke on your back, and you want to destroy everything around you. Because
I don't like that. I don't like Digimon. I like how in Pokemon there's little
that they're just forced slaves,
fuzzy cute mice.
that they're just forced slaves. taken from their home constantly and put in the small balls to carry around in your pocket? Oh, of course you would say that. Of course you would say that. No, they like it. It's fine.
That's like the PragerU videos. Have you seen that? Where like, you know, PragerU, the like Dennis Prager's fucking children's education thing for conservatives, where they have like, dude, they're fucking nuts. You should look those up because they're crazy. They're somewhere they're like, you know, actually, slaves really liked being slaves because they developed skills. It's fucking nuts, dude. It's fucking Florida allows that in schools now. It's fucking crazy.
Florida is a backwater ass fucking state, and I don't understand why people want to go there or live there. I just don't.
When I was in New Orleans recently, a homeless guy said to me and the group of guys that were there to go back to Florida. He was like, "You guys should go back to Florida." And then I was like, "We're from Arizona," and he was like, "That's even worse."
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Weird. I mean,
I feel like actually Arizona is not worse than Florida. By
doesn't look good either way.
Slim margin, but
still doesn't look good either way.
But it's there. What are you doing to your teeth? What's in your teeth?
I got popcorn bits in my teeth.
Oh, that's right. You were eating popcorn.
I was eating popcorn, dude. What do you want?
You were eating popcorn.
All right,
that's fair.
Eric, this is the time of the show to talk about One Piece.
One Piece.
Yep. All right. So we're about to do trials in the anime. We're about to get to stuff. Are you excited to get to stuff? It was a lot of setup.
Not really.
You're not excited to get to stuff at all, man.
No.
The whole setup. As soon as we get onto the island and we're doing stuff, really drags people off of Skypiea. Skypiea is a lot better than people give it credit for, but those first like 6 episodes are rough, and
it was more than 6.
It was 6. It was actually only 6. It was not more than 6.
Felt like more than 6 to me.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Skypiea, yeah, I see what you mean, because now I feel like no matter what happens in Skypiea, I'm going to be like, Skypiea was ass.
Yep, and that's what everyone's takeaway is. It's a rough time, for sure. It was, listen, he gets the story right later on in the show.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's not that, I'm excited to see what happens. But it's been rough.
Yeah.
It's been rough. No, I'm interested to see what happens. I'm not as excited as I was when Crocodile was around or when Arlong was around. Because what is this? True. There's some sort of freaky god in the sky? And he does what? Who cares, dude?
He's killing people.
I don't care. God kills people every day.
God doesn't exist. Anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
Live action One Piece, though.
I'm psyched about that.
They fucking killed Mary.
I am mad about that. I'm mad that they killed Mary.
It is. He's not coming back now. Oh, he ain't coming back now. He dead.
They made that guy go through makeup every day for that. Just to show up.
You act like his makeup was hard. It was like a collar and a hat piece, probably.
Yeah, it just was pretty crazy.
I think the hardest, like in the current episode we watched, I guess besides any of the fishmen, Arlong and Kurobi, would probably be either Kuro or Kuro, because did you see how his fucking like his suit is perfect? It does even the curl thing, right?
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Yeah, he's got the curl thing. I'm like, just trying to move around in that without fucking any of that shit up, and also having to move around with the claws.
The claws are something. The claws in live action are a challenge, but they do it. It's pretty neat. I like it a lot. I'm excited. I gotta pay attention to the suit when we watch episode 4, because he's gonna, I don't know, have the Meowbon acquaintances come and fuck up
the Meowbon siblings.
The Meowbon siblings are back, and I'm very mad about that.
Yeah, but you didn't even recognize who they were until they started doing weird hissing things.
What happens after Kuro? They go straight to Arlong?
Wow. Yep.
Unwashed Barrel Man?
Our 4 crew members go straight to our
Oh, Sanji!
Fucking
there's
hell.
that symbol. There's that symbol monkey that comes out of the ocean. Ugh.
I was like, that's fucked. That's fucked. I mean, I know we like on this show we diss on fucking Sanji quite a bit, but fuck, you just forgot about him entirely.
Listen, I think that actually probably the Baratier was not my favorite either. The Baratier is a cool ship.
What they do with the Baratier in the live action, I fully support.
Okay, what do they do with
fully
the Baratier?
Support. Well, we'll get there, won't we? When we watch it.
All right,
Eric, you playing anything else lately? Any video games you've been playing?
No, dude, I've been fucking.
You've been running around. Let's talk about it.
I've been working nonstop.
You've been to Paris.
Oh yeah, that's true. I also traveled a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
I went to New Orleans. I went to Paris. And then I've been the rest of the time just like nonstop working. It's been miserable because it's the Christmas season, and that what I do is sell Christmas gifts.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
So,
where can we buy your Christmas gifts, Eric?
Well, you can buy my Christmas gifts on eBay. You can message me on Instagram, and I will sell it to you for less than eBay because eBay takes. At Phazon Games? Go to my Etsy, get a videotape. Go to my Instagram. Did you know at this point that eBay takes about 45% of every sale that I make?
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. It's fucking stupid. It's fucking. I need to get my own.
Don't do. You know, at Shopify, you can make your own website pretty easily.
No, absolutely. I got to switch to Shopify. You know, let me tell you something real quick because I have this New Orleans I went to last weekend. That place is crazy, dude. That place is crazy.
You sent Kevin and you sent me pictures of like this room is all mirrors, and I'm like, I would not be able to sleep in that. I don't know.
Yeah, it was. I picked that room immediately. It was all mirrors.
How did you sleep in that?
I slept in it. I don't know. I was drunk like every night.
No, thank you.
It was crazy. Yeah, and the French Quarter is amazing. Bourbon Street is ridiculous. There's a shot that you can take on Bourbon Street where you get in a chair and this bartender lady just beats the shit out of you.
Oh, does she slap you?
Yeah, she slaps you. She motorboats you. She twists your nips so hard. I didn't do it because well, so listen, I would have done it, but then I saw other people do it, and one of the guys that was there was like, because I was like, maybe I'll do it, and then he twisted my nipples, and he was like, that's like 20% power of what she does to you. Do you want that? And I was like, no, I don't want that at all.
A little bit.
No, Kevin didn't do it. Are you kidding?
Oh.
No, Kevin didn't do it. I don't even know what Kevin. We did this bar golf where you had a par, and I saw
the golfing. Yeah. By the way, Golf Kevin is a vibe.
Yeah, Golf Kevin looked pretty sharp.
Golf Kevin was a vibe for sure.
Golf Kevin looked pretty sharp. I did not look sharp. We can maybe throw up a picture real quick of what the comparison is between Golf Eric and Golf Kevin. I had heart-shaped sunglasses on. I had a shirt that had cars and flamingos on it, and I wore my bathing suit all night, which was good because it ended up pouring at the end of the night. Yeah, it was fun. But that city, man, in general, when you leave the French Quarter, is a little depressing. You can feel the ocean trying to reclaim that fucking place, dude. You can see the water line on everything. Everything is just destroyed by weather. We were in an Uber, and the lady was like, oh yeah, over there, that building downtown, just been abandoned since Katrina. Just a skyscraper that's fucking empty. I was like, what?
Yeah.
It is not, I feel like, people make the most of living there, but I think, it's a sad situation. Like, I think a lot of people are stuck there. A lot of people have familial obligations to keep them there. There's a guy I talked to who'd been there for 8 generations. Like, you're not going to leave, but goddamn, I would leave. That is the one place I've been to where it makes less sense for people to live than Phoenix. People should not be there. It's insane. And then you read about the history. I was like reading Wikipedia articles about New Orleans. They're like, oh yeah, the French came here and everything sank into the swamp, and then everybody got yellow fever, and then everybody died of this, and everybody died of that, and then they everything else sank into the swamp, then everything burned down. Ooh. I'm like, people should not be here. It's crazy.
Listen, people are stubborn, and they will live as long as they can afford it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
You know?
yeah.
That's fucking wild. Well, I guess on that note, on this Katrina themed, Shopify
it's not
sponsored, Godzilla-fied, One Piece filled action adventure first episode of the PhazeCast. Thank you once again for spending some of your time with us. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.